Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about something that I get asked about a lot, and that's fake crying. It's kind of a combination between actually really feeling sad and then also making water come out of your eyeballs. When people are acting a sad scene, something I think that is often overlooked is the overdoing of tears.
Shame on you. How dare you? Shame, shame, how dare you? Double shame on you. Today's video, MGTOW and female emotional rationality. There are two sorts of rationality in this world. Logic and reason, and emotion. Thank heaven that emotion is not valid in any court system. And because it is not valid in any court system, it should not be valid in normal daily life. Do not give in to it. Do not allow females to use the emotion against you. Even judges don't allow that. Judges do not care if a female is crying in court. It doesn't make no difference. That's the way men should be in real life, too, with them. Exactly the same. You know, when we were all kids, little boys and little girls pulled this emotional manipulating shit on their parents. It got boys in trouble. Boys had to learn not to be emotional crybabies. They had to learn to suck it up. It's time for women to learn to suck it up. But back to emotional rationality. When you use emotional rationality, you are a psychopath at that moment. Your actions, your deeds, and the way of your thinking is not saying it is psychopathic, and it can be labeled as such. There is a classification that specifies what narcissism is and what BPD is, and they all have their certain disorders and their certain traits. And if you do fulfill 3 of the 5 traits, or 3 of 5 traits, I should say, then you do have a big, high level of narcissism or BPD or whatever psychopathic trait inside of you. Things have been classified, folks, but things have been specified so that we can identify it in reality when we see it. There is a big false delusion today that men are the biggest psychopaths out there. Fuck that. We don't wear masks to lie to people. We don't wear fake boobs, fake asses, fake hair, fake eyebrows. You name it. We don't wear that. That's the females. The thing of narcissism, for example, is putting on a mask to pretend to be somebody that you're not. Well, if you put on a pound of makeup on your face and you do your eyes and all that shit, then you're also not being who you are, so therefore you're instantly a narcissist. You are falling into the pattern and into the trait, so therefore you can be labeled as it. When a woman gets raped, and afterwards she might be emotionally upset, fine. But if she were to take that emotional and go on a rampage and start killing people, she would be at that moment declared psychopathic. If a man loses his child and he goes on a rampage looking for the murderer, he too at that moment would be considered psychopathic. You don't have to have a psychopathic mentality to do something psychopathic. There are moments in your life where you do go crazy. And they call those, even in court, they call those an act of insanity, or a moment of weakness, or whatever. Even a crime of passion, for example. So you do not have to be the illness to have traits of the illness. Emotional rationality is an illness. It is one of the biggest mental illnesses right now in the United States, and it should be recognized as a mental illness instead of men bowing down to it in fear of confrontation with a female who will lead to them being shamed in public or embarrassed or some kind of form of passive-aggressive behavior. You do not have to tolerate this behavior, and you actually should report it to your local authorities when you do see it unfold in front of you. It is called a psychopathic behavior, a psychopathic trait. This is not something that should be taken lightly. When you see a woman crying, then she stops, and then she cries again, then she stops, and then she cries again, all on the right cues, you best be believing that she's psychopathic. If a woman is telling her story and she goes, out of nowhere, starts crying, you know what you need to know. You need to take heed of this. You need to read your own red signs and your red flags that pop up when you see these things happen. Don't just deny them and say, "Oh well." Crocodile tears is probably the best thing I could say about psychopathic behavior in females. It just swaps like day and night. Just whenever they need to turn on the faucet, to turn on the waterworks. I've seen it done. It's been done towards me. I've destroyed it when I've seen it because you don't bring that shit to me without being destroyed for it. I just don't fall for it. And I'll make sure that anybody who has it projected on them would know the truth also. So therefore, I'm once again hated by the psychopath because I destroy their own tactics that are used against me. So, what was I getting to? Emotional rationality. I would rather have a world filled with normal rationality, what men use, fact and reality, and not emotion. And I'm very grateful emotion doesn't catch on bigger than the feminist movement, although it is pretty powerful, the movement itself. Powerful and weak at the same time. Because the feminist movement has three elements, as I've been saying. It has government, females, and men. If you remove one of the three elements, it will collapse. And it is collapsing now because men are removing themselves. So what does it all come down to in the end? Once men start hating women and women hate men, what are we all going to come down to? When are we ever going to say, okay, women, you know what? We've had enough of this shit. Because you know what, guys? You can go MGTOW as much as you want to. But women are the most stupid, stubborn creatures on the planet. They really are stupid. Very, very stupid. Their entire lives are based on the television shows that they watch. It's based on videos they watch on YouTube. They have no cooking skills. They have no cleaning skills. They have nothing to offer you. Yet they are argumentative with you. They are willing to go into debate with you. They're going to throw the emotional tour at you. They will use emotion to destroy your logic and rationality. So why do we keep giving into it? When we know that it's psychopathic behavior, we know that it drains us, we know that what all the symptoms are, and we know how they use them, why are we still allowing it and tolerating it? There should actually legally be laws against it because it is emotional abuse towards males. If men did it to women, exactly what women did to men, we would all be locked up for emotional abuse charges. Yet when females do it against us, it's seen as normal, and women are from Venus and men are from Mars. Bullshit. I'm tired of it. Aren't you all just tired of it too? If men don't make a change, it'll never happen. So how about we all just start making changes around? The best way we can do that is apply it to our own lives. Apply it to our friends' lives. Inform our loved ones and friends about the tactics of these females. If we put a stop to it and expose them like the vampires they are, like shining sunlight on them, it will be destroyed. It's like a chain. You tell one, the other one tells the other, and it tells the other, and it's pretty soon it's like, if you look at MGTOW now today too. Same thing with MGTOW. I mean, most MGTOW channels nowadays got like 6,000, 7,000 views. 6,000, 7,000 subscribers, and some of them have millions of views. If you just think about how many millions of views that really is in comparison to real life, you can see how quickly the movement has spread. It's been spread so far that the feminists are completely worried about their movement falling apart, and it's only taken a year and a half to destroy their 60 years of work. So what we see here is 60 years of feminist work being completely destroyed in about 1 year to 2 years of MGTOW work. Just think about that, folks. Think about the power of the group dynamic. This is War Don't Fire. See you all later. Take care.